Welcome to the You Were Designed for Greatness podcast. Each week we will bring you inspiring tips, stories, and ideas to help you be all that you can be, discovering your greatness. Featuring Donna. Donna is a transformational life and health coach, a highly sought-after public speaker, and the founder of Vibrant Living. She has helped hundreds find a better life, free of stress and living the greatness they were truly designed for. And now, your host, Donna.
This is Donna, and I would like to welcome you to podcast number 30. Today, I am excited to let you hear a story from a new friend, and her name is Faith Megna. She has quite a story to share and some tips on excelling through difficulties. So let's give a listen as we listen to my interview with Faith. Well, I am excited about today's conversation with Faith Megna. She and I have connected through some different things online, and we are recording this through Zoom, and she is traveling in her RV right now. And so we are going to talk to you guys today and share some of her tips and stories and help you get to know her. Faith, say hello.
Hello, Donna.
Hello.
So good to be here.
It is so good to be here. So you are traveling. Where are you right now?
I am in the middle of Wichita, Kansas.
Oh, my.
Which to me is the southern version of Grand Rapids. I've said this. They're very similar.
Uh-huh.
Both great cities to live in, and the people are great in both cities. There's a lot of business and entrepreneurship and philanthropy in both cities. And you just walk into the city and you go, there's a reason I really enjoy being here. So we are.
That's lovely. And you are living, one of your dreams is traveling.
Yes.
But you didn't get here overnight. Tell us a little bit about your story.
So I've always enjoyed traveling and just picking up and going if I had the chance. I have always written down what I wanted to do. And one of those things was see all 50 states. And I wanted to do that before I would ever go abroad.
Faith, you said you wanted to see all 50 states. Was that correct?
Yes.
Okay, keep going.
And so as I was I had moved into a new house on John Ball Park and said I'm giving myself a year to decide what I'm going to do, whether I'm going to stay or I'm going to move. And that was in July of 2017. In March of 2018, it was my birthday. I went out that evening with a group of friends, and I got home that night, and I said, it's time for me to go. And I made the decision that night, I have to start living my life. And I'm not sure where I'm going to go, so how am I going to do this? And so in deciding that, I was kind of like, you always hear about tiny homes. So I was doing research, and the more I read, I was like, I don't think that's quite the fit because I don't think they're supposed to move, and I want to see the country. So the more people I talked to, the more I found out, do a fifth wheel, it would be the way to go. And so here's a little backstory to that. I had moved halfway across the country from Wichita to Philadelphia with my then husband, and we had a 26-foot truck with a full car carrier behind it. So I figured, all right, I didn't fall off the mountains, so I probably can handle about 30 feet of trailer behind me. I think that's fair. And so I knew what I was going to do. And within 5 weeks, I was at my first RV show down in Indiana at the Hall of Fame. And I went in and out of every trailer just to see what I like, what I don't like. And I found this beautiful trailer. It was way too large for me. It was a 43-foot toy hauler. And, women are going to go, what is that? Unless they're campers, because I had no idea. But I loved it. But there's no such thing under 30 feet for a woman. I'm like, I want it to be girly. I'm still a girl just because I'm RVing, right? And so it took me a little bit to find what I was looking for, but everything fell into place. And I literally came down to the wire to get everything to go through at that 1 year point. I had a friend who sold me his truck so I could do this. He had the exact truck I needed, because you literally need specific things for specific things with this whole pulling a 28-foot fifth wheel behind you. And so my traveling began in July of last year, and I've been doing it ever since, and it was literally the best decision of my life. I've been in now, oh goodness, how many? Probably at about 16 states now since July of last year. So about one a month is about right. So it'll take a while, but that's okay. And I really did this because I'll be traveling for business.
Right, you are, which we'll get into in a minute. So you had, when you were young, you had a plan for your life. You got married, and it didn't go like you planned or like you thought it would, and you suffered a loss. And what made you make that change? You shared with me earlier what gave you that guidance?
My gut told me everything I needed to know. And I just recently found out that my gut was completely spot on. So if I were to ever give the advice to someone, and I actually spoke to someone else who had gone through the same thing I did, and it was 20 some years later, and she said, Faith, I don't know, I still feel like this happened. And I said, you know what, if your gut is still telling you that, then that's what happened. And I felt absolutely like the weight was lifted off my shoulders when I found out that I was completely right. And, you can be told whatever you're going to be, but when you know, and you follow it. And that's what I did. And that gave me a whole different kind of strength. It made me decide I have to live life for me and do what I've always wanted to do. So that was the beginning of my life, really.
Yeah. That period for me when I don't trust my gut is makes me feel a little crazy. It's like you doubt yourself. Did you go through anything like that?
Yes, because I was being told that I was not being fair and that wasn't the case, and I knew it was.
Right.
So absolutely. And I knew the feeling I had, and it wasn't the first time. So I knew exactly what I was feeling, and I knew something I always promised myself when I was younger was that, when someone does something and they don't tell you the truth, yet you didn't know, and I had a situation happen when I was in my 20s that taught me, don't react to the wrong person. And so I didn't. So it was, without saying much, I didn't react to the wrong person.
Right.
And that didn't fuel a fire. Needless to say, I did the right thing by just taking the high road.
Yeah. You can't go wrong by taking the high road.
No, not at all.
Not at all. So listening to your gut has put you on the road in a beautiful RV with a truck, traveling the states and working your business. Tell us a little bit about what you got going on with your businesses.
So I have two. I have one that started in Grand Rapids. I had the concept. My background for my career has been advertising. I've actually been around advertising my entire life. I would follow my parents around to local businesses as a kid. they would go in, they were selling advertising for a program that they did for a variety show. And here I was, little Faith, tagging along, and I learned. I learned by watching what they did. So I've always just been naturally, this is what I know. In my heart, it's about taking care of local businesses and helping them. And I've always been like that. I was in media for a long time. And when I was working in media, I was very interested in the digital world. And before it was cool. And actually was told at one point, what do you want to do that for? I mean, I wanted to do web content 19 years ago, and the general manager at the radio station I was at looked at me like I was crazy. And I was like, what do you mean? That's where it's going. And I knew it then. And so that's when I started really trying to learn more about it. So I've been around advertising this entire time. And through the years, I learned from what I had to sell, what I was forced to talk about, what I didn't like. I didn't feel what certain programs were right for local businesses. And so I started doing things to try and find the better answer, and started a business that was just sharing local business deals via social media. And this was about 10 years ago when I was doing media consulting. And so here I was going and trading media outlets all over the continent on social media. I was showing them how to schedule the posts. I mean, they didn't know anything. I was talking to the sales staffs and training them on how to go talk to their clients about it. Everything we were doing, we were looking at the websites and rehashing them and updating and upgrading and doing everything to make them ready for this push. And in doing so, I was like, you know what, I want to take what I know and what I'm training them on and take it back to the local businesses. And so I had created something, and a year in, I was like, this is crazy. I'm chasing them, they're chasing me, we're trying to update. There's got to be something easier. And did research and realized that no one was doing anything for birthday deals for local businesses. And I thought, my gosh, national companies have been doing it. And so started to implement this, and people were really kind of getting into it. I went, oh my gosh. So at that point, we were moving to Grand Rapids, and I was in Toledo, Ohio at the time. Decided, okay, well, I know this is going to work, but I'm going to do it in Grand Rapids when we get there. It started as GR birthday deals. Okay. Now that is, it's going to be going a little further than that, because we realized over the last 6 years of it running itself on autopilot as I was going through certain life situations, that this thing really has legs. So this is for local businesses. It's all local businesses. That's it. And we are sharing the birthday deals. Consumers are coming to the website, choosing what they want, and then they're going and they're spending all their money directly with the local business. So consumers do not have to spend a dime with us. They're spending it where it matters, which is where it's staying, which is in the local market. And I feel that is the most important thing about this, is that the businesses are the ones making the money. When you're doing something on a level of helping a lot of businesses, you don't need to overcharge or take their money from them. It's a matter of do what's right and you'll be taken care of. And that's how I feel. So that's kind of it's very general explanation of what birthday deals is, but it's very simple. And everyone has one. Most of us celebrate. And when we do, we're not doing it alone. So that just kind of tells you. It's from my years of being in the restaurant industry and working with restaurants, because that's really the biggest one. But anything that's entertainment and fun, anything that's fun. So we are the fun people. When I had an office and my interns, we were the fun go-to office. Everyone showed up in our office and was like, this is such a fun office. Of course, what else are we doing is having fun. So
What's your other
to
business?
wake up in the morning and go, oh, let's do this. This is great. My other business, I became a personal trainer, studied for it starting about 5 years ago, and have always been an athlete and fell into loving strength training and found out that I actually was really good at it. And I'd have people at the gym asking me what I was doing, and suddenly I'm like explaining how to do this, and I was like, why am I not doing this? I love this. I spend my mornings doing it. So I decided to become a personal trainer. I actually worked at the Downtown Y for a year, and then I branched out and started doing Tabata boot camp on the Blue Bridge. And so that has morphed into something that's been very interesting, because I saw these two things change people. I saw, my clients losing weight and sticking to what they were doing. Some of my best clients, I had one person who she never even worked out before she met me and started working out with me. And I had her for a year before she moved to California. And she loved it. And now she's active. And I love the fact that I was able to give someone that, because it's a passion. And that's the one thing with my two businesses, is that they're passions that I get to share with other people.
Yes.
So
that's the best kind of living.
Absolutely.
Yes. You mentioned too about with your physical training that you have exercises that people can do no matter where they are.
Yes. So I breathe and live the way I share. So I'm anywhere at any time. And so now that I'm on the road, I've created what is called Campground Boot Camp, because you can take it anywhere you go. Whether you are a professional, which most of my clients were professional women. So a lot of them actually travel. Some of my best clients were traveling a lot, several times a day, a week. Whether it was over to Detroit or, elsewhere, but many of them did do travel. And so they would be in working out with me 6 a.m. every day. Just, you can take it wherever you go. You don't have to be in a studio with a bunch of people. You can literally jump on and do it. So that's one, but I also still do personal training as well. So, but that's the fun. I get to do the two things in that aspect that I really enjoy.
That is great. So if people wanted to get information on birthday deals or your personal training, how would they do that?
With birthday deals, the website is ebirthdaydeals.com, because we are in the process of taking it national. The research showed that we were getting traffic outside of Grand Rapids, and it was not anything we were paying to do. So we optimized the website so well that it was working better than we expected. So ebirthdaydeals.com, and you can just contact me from there. Otherwise, faithmegna.com is my website for my personal training, and they can reach me from there.
Awesome. And how do you spell your last name?
It's MEG Megna. Nancy Apple.
Great. Awesome. So in closing, what is one tip or advice that you've gotten that you would like to share with the ladies listening to us?
I would have to say, because this is something that got me through the worst, and I had a friend buy me a book that on the front cover said "Share Happy." And that book has been with me through the worst days, and it's been with me on the best days. And I didn't even realize it. But she bought it and she gave it to me, and it absolutely, I was sitting here one day earlier this year, and I went, you know what I'm doing? I'm sharing my happiness with other people. And that is how I live my life. So find your happiness and share it.
Awesome, awesome. That is great advice. Great advice. Well, thank you very much for sharing your story, your encouragement, and your happiness
Yes.
with us. As you go and walk and fulfill your dream, you are living proof that something not going the way you think it would can actually launch you into some of your dreams that you didn't know was possible. So thank you for sharing your story with us today.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Donna.
You are welcome. I loved listening today as Faith shared some of her tips and wisdom on getting through difficulties. I want to encourage you to share this podcast with friends and those you love. And also, as always, if you would like a complimentary coaching session, you can visit my website and schedule a complimentary strategy session and you can do that online. So until next time that we connect here or in person or wherever you may be, this is Donna saying live and love vibrantly.
Thank you for joining us on this powerful episode of the You Were Designed for Greatness podcast. Please share this with others who might enjoy it. For more info on Donna Tashjian or to contact her, visit iVibrantLiving.com.